to agreeing a deal with PSG for Manuel Ugarte. A third bid for Jarrad Branthwaite is set to be submitted in the coming days. Mason Greenwood to Marseille deal in jeopardy, and Lenny Yoro looking like he might be forced to pick Manchester United. These are some of the stories we will be discussing on this morning's live show. But before we get into that, please do me one small favour. Smash a like on today's video. Let's try and see 800 likes on this morning's show. And if this is your first time watching, please subscribe to the channel. I'm live every single day at 8:30, 1:30 and 6 p.m. UK time. Only 50% of people who currently watch our videos are subscribed. If you're one of those who isn't subscribed, make sure you get involved. It's completely free content and it's your best way to keep up to date with all of your latest Manchester United transfer news and talk. Right, so much to get into on the show this morning, so I'm going to jump straight on into it. And we have got a deal that we can confirm live on the air. This is just broke in the last 5 minutes from Fabrizio Romano. He is reporting Donny van de Beek to Girona is a here we go. He says the deal is in place with Manchester United, a permanent move for €500,000. You can only laugh, can't you? Which is about £420,000. He says there is, however, several add-ons including in the deal. He says there's easy add-ons, which can bring the fee up to around €4 or €5 million, plus extra add-ons, which could make it about €15 million. Apparently there's a sell-on clause as well. Donny van de Beek has left Manchester United. He's completed his medical at Girona. He will now become a Girona player. Now, what do I think about this? I think it's the right decision, to be honest with you. Like, I'm sick of players sticking around Manchester United, picking up their wages and effectively not contributing. And that is the situation with Donny van de Beek. And we all expected Donny van de Beek to come to Manchester United and do well. He was on a Ballon d'Or shortlist when we signed him. He was nominated in the top 30 players in world football when we bought him from Ajax. He comes to Manchester United, and let's be fair, we completely ruined his career. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer blatantly didn't even want him. We signed him anyway. He's had some terrible injuries. He didn't do well at Everton on loan. He didn't do well at Frankfurt on loan. And now he's left the club. So he's going to go down as probably one of the worst signings in our history, I think, if you actually look at it from I think we paid about 40 million for him, and we've just sold him for £400,000. But are we surprised? This is Manchester United. We're notoriously bad at transfers, especially under the Glazers and John Murtough, Richard Arnold, Ed Woodward. And this is where I think a lot of the fan base want to see improvement from Ineos. You know, we can't keep repeating these same mistakes of buying these talented players, destroying their careers, and then 4 years later selling them for peanuts, effectively. It's nothing, £400,000. I said this on the show a couple of days ago, right? £400,000 just about covers Casemiro's wages for a week, and that's how much we've just sold a former Ballon d'Or nominee player for. But looking at it from a more positive perspective, he does only have 1 year left of his contract. He is currently on about £6.5 million a year in wages, so those wages will be cleared from the wage bill, obviously. 420,000, as I said, isn't going to get us very far, but Donny van de Beek's off the wage bill, and I think in this situation, we've got to just hope that he can go and reignite his career at Girona. Hope he goes there, does well, and then we should get a bit more money from this transfer because, as I said, the deal could go up to 15 million if certain add-ons are met. Whether that will happen or not, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just glad that the wages are gone because wages in football are such a big thing now, especially with the profit and sustainability stuff, where at the moment we have such an inflated squad, so many players who aren't contributing. If you look at last year as an example, right? Jadon Sancho, 250k a week. We were paying half of his wages. Mason Greenwood was on 75k a week. We were paying most of his wages. Donny van de Beek, we were paying most of his wages. The list goes on and on and on. Anthony Martial was sat on the bench, injured all season. So yeah, I am actually quite happy about this. I know it's a very, very small amount of money. I know people are going to be laughing and saying, what the hell are Ineos doing? But what I want people to understand here is that previous regimes, Manchester United would have just held on to Donny van de Beek because the Glazers would have seen him as an asset on their books. They would have said, he's worth 40 million. We don't care whether he plays because on our asset sheet, we've got a £40 million asset here. They would continue paying his wages, continue ruining his career, and then they'd have let him leave for free. But Ineos seem to be being a little bit more cutthroat. So I'm really happy about this. I know it's a small amount of money, but in the grand scheme of things, when you consider everything, I think it's fair. But let me know what you think about Donny van de Beek in the comment section. Please send some nice messages in the comment section for Donny van de Beek. Let's wish him well. Let's be positive towards him. And let's hope that he goes to Girona in the Liga, and let's hope he does well. I want nothing more than our players to succeed, so hopefully that happens. Okay, let's move on to Lenny Yoro, though. And I have a question for you that I want you all to get involved with on the show this morning. It's a very simple question, and the question is this. Who would you prefer, Lenny Yoro or Jarrad Branthwaite? Let me know in the comment section. You can just put the name, Lenny Yoro or Jarrad Branthwaite. Who would you go for? I'll give you my answer in a minute. 1 second. What would you prefer? Yoro. So make sure you get in the comment section, put the name, either Yoro or Branthwaite. I don't think my answer is going to come as a surprise because I've been banging on about Lenny Yoro for a long time. I would go with Lenny Yoro without a shadow of a doubt. I think he is a generational talent. I think for £42 million, which is what the offer was that we got accepted, I think it's an absolute bargain. And I think you bring him in for £42 million, he stays here for 4 or 5 years, and I think you still have a resale value, right? Whereas Jarrad Branthwaite, if we signed Branthwaite for 70 million, he's never going to increase in value. Let's be honest, he's not. If anything, he'll go down. So yeah, I really like Lenny Yoro. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I will now bring you the latest news on the Lenny Yoro deal. So for anybody who missed the shows yesterday, Manchester United have agreed a deal with Lille for 18-year-old French centre-back wonderkid Lenny Yoro. The deal is worth £42 million up front with around £9 million in add-ons. So £51 million total package. The deal is agreed between Manchester United and Lille. The only issue we have is that Lenny Yoro dreams of playing for Real Madrid. Real Madrid have been talking to Lenny Yoro for months. Real Madrid are not willing to pay £42 million. Real Madrid, right? You ready for this? They've offered £17 million for Lenny Yoro. And the news this morning is that apparently Real Madrid will not increase their bid. They're not going to pay more than £17 million. So this is coming out from a very reliable French journalist this morning. And it says that Real Madrid will not go any higher in their attempts to sign Lenny Yoro. They say their current offer for Lenny Yoro is less than half of what Manchester United have put forward. And this is their best and final bid. Apparently it's £17 million. And Manchester United have offered £42 million. I mean, it's absolutely mad, isn't it? And it just shows that Real Madrid have this ability to get players for cheap, don't they? Because effectively, they'll say to Lille, either you accept our bid or we'll sign him for free next summer. He's only got 1 year left of his contract. They know that he wants to move to Real Madrid. But the story thickens because Lenny Yoro has come through the Lille Youth Academy. He owes a lot to Lille. And Lille aren't a massively rich club. So £42 million for Lille will go a long way. Whereas 17 million from Real Madrid is a joke, realistically, isn't it? They're taking the mick. And the news this morning, this is coming out from Fabrizio Romano. He says that the president of Lille, Oliver Letang, is pushing for Lenny Yoro to join Manchester United. He says Lille hope for Yoro to decide to join United because it's the best proposal on the table. I mean, I actually, you know what? I actually think that this deal might happen, to be completely honest with you. I do. Yes, he wants to go to Real Madrid, but Real Madrid aren't offering a sensible amount of money. They're completely taking the mick. Let's be clear here. You've got one person offering 42 million, which is his market value for what is regarded as one of the best young centre-backs in world football. And then you've got Real Madrid offering 17 million. Like, they're literally just taking the mick. So I just hope that Lenny Yoro looks at the situation and thinks, I owe a lot of my career to Lille. He's come through their youth academy. He's been there his whole career. And I just hope that he'll come to Manchester United because he would be an unbelievable signing. It would be such a statement signing. He's only 18 years of age. If he dreams of playing for Real Madrid, come and play for Man United for 4 or 5 years, try and win us a title. And then if you want to go to Real Madrid, go to Real Madrid. Everyone's a winner, aren't they? He'll come to Manchester United. He'll be loved by the fans. We saw how much Rafael Varane, his fellow countryman, loved Manchester United, didn't we? Like, he will come to Manchester United and he will be loved. He will get lots of first-team game opportunity, whereas I don't think he will at Real Madrid. If you look at the centre-backs, they've got Eder Militao, Alaba. They've got... who else have they got? There's someone else I'm missing. I can't remember the other one. But Real Madrid have got 3 world-class centre-backs already, whereas Man United have 1. So I think it is a little bit strange that he wants to go Real Madrid. I get it. Like, people dream of going to Real Madrid. I understand that. But for his actual career, I think coming to Manchester United would make a lot more sense. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We've got over 800 people watching the show live now, which is absolutely amazing. If everyone could do me a small favour and smash a like on today's video, I would really, really appreciate that. I've set a likes target of 800 for this morning's show. So if you haven't liked the video yet, please go and do that. And if this is your first time watching, please do subscribe to the channel. We're only 5 subscribers away from 27,300. So please go and subscribe. And also, if we hit 28k subscribers today, which I think we can do, I will give out 10 memberships to the Daily Red Devil Members Club. So if you're not currently subscribed, go and subscribe. Get involved. Okay, so that's the latest. Let me just see if there's anything else on Lenny Yoro. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this. So Man United fans on Twitter are just funny, aren't they? I don't know if any of you lot use Twitter, but so somebody made a fake Lenny Yoro account on Twitter. And they posted this. They posted, "I don't want you at Man United. Leave me alone." Okay? So somebody thought it was funny to do that. I mean, it is kind of funny, to be fair. And then the real Lenny Yoro account, the real Twitter account, quote tweeted him saying, "This is a fake account. You guys are psycho," with like a hands in his head emoji. Ban this account. And obviously all the Man United fans have now found Lenny Yoro's account and are all tweeting him saying, "Come to Manchester United." I was looking at his Twitter yesterday and he had about 1,000 followers, Lenny Yoro. He's got over 20,000 now. Just from this one tweet, this one bit of interaction saying that about Manchester United. I still have hope for this deal. I think it will happen. Maybe I'm being naive. Maybe I'm, being stupid. I don't know. Make of it what you will. But I think when you look at the situation, as I said earlier on today, Manchester United have offered 3 times the amount of what Real Madrid are willing to offer. Like, surely that shows Lenny Yoro how much we want to sign him. And it also massively benefits Lille. Whereas Real Madrid, as I said, are being dishonest. And I don't think that's, a particularly good way of operating. But it is what it is. So I'll keep you updated on that one. The deal has been accepted by Lille. We're just waiting to find out whether Lenny Yoro wants to come to Manchester United. His first choice is Real Madrid, but they're not willing to pay the asking price. So, Fabrizio Romano says, Manchester United have now made a proposal to Lenny Yoro after agreeing a deal with Lille. He says that Yoro must now decide what he wants to do. The options are either wait for Real Madrid or sign for Manchester United immediately. He says Manchester United will not wait a long time. Lenny Yoro must give the club the answer soon. So I think in the kind of the next week or so, obviously, Lenny Yoro isn't involved with the Euros. I don't think. I'm pretty sure he isn't. I might be wrong there. Let me double check. I think this week we'll probably get an answer on this one. And I do still have this faith that he's going to join Manchester United. And maybe that's me being naive. I don't know. But we'll wait and see. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think Manchester United will end up signing Lenny Yoro? And also let me know, who would you prefer? Jarrad Branthwaite or Lenny Yoro? Let's just say for argument's sake, they're both going to cost the same amount of money. If they were both the same amount of money, who would you go for, Lenny Yoro or Jarrad Branthwaite? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Okay, let's see what people are saying in the live chat this morning. People are saying that we should send a message to Lenny Yoro. I was thinking about it yesterday. Linda says, doesn't this all sound a bit familiar? De Jong, ? Club trying to persuade him to accept an offer. I don't think it's quite the same situation as De Jong, to be honest with you. Lenny Yoro wants to leave Lille, whereas Frankie de Jong never wanted to leave Barcelona. I think the story is that he dreams of playing for Real Madrid, okay? Whereas Frankie de Jong dreamt of playing for Barcelona. Like, do you see what I'm saying? It's not really quite the same. I get what you mean in the sense that why are we approaching a player who doesn't want to sign for Man United? I get that element of it, but I think the Frankie de Jong situation was a little bit more complex. Barcelona wanted to sell Frankie de Jong, and Frankie de Jong didn't want to leave. Whereas Lille want to sell Lenny Yoro, and Lenny Yoro wants to leave. His first choice is Real Madrid. But effectively, if the Real Madrid deal doesn't come to fruition because they're offering a stupid amount of money, then his option is either stay at Lille or come to Manchester United. That's what we're kind of saying here. And I don't want people, if we end up signing Lenny Yoro, I don't want people to be like, oh, I don't want him, he didn't want Manchester United, he wanted Real Madrid. Like, people always have like a club they dream of playing for. And as I said, he's only 18 years of age. He can come to Manchester United. He can help us achieve great things. Hopefully he then wants to stay for the rest of his career. But if he doesn't, he's young enough where in 4 or 5 years, at the age of 22, 23, I'm sure he could get his move to Real Madrid. You know, maybe Manchester United say, "Oh, we'll put a release clause in your contract, a £80 million release clause or something." You know what I mean? Like, there's ways around this. And I hate to look at it as Manchester United are going to be a stepping stone to Real Madrid, but at the end of the day, Real Madrid are a more successful team than Manchester United. They play better football. They've got better players. They've just won the Champions League. Like, if we are going to have to be a stepping stone for Lenny Yoro to go to Real Madrid, I don't really care, to be honest with you. I don't. Like, you've got to be realistic. We haven't won a Premier League in 10 years, so we can't be all, aggressive, like, oh, he should want to come to Manchester United and all the rest of it. Like, at the moment, we're not a particularly appealing proposal, are we? We are on the way up, but at the moment, we are still very slowly on the way up, I think. Whereas Real Madrid are just like at the pinnacle of world football, aren't they? And they stay at that level always. So I understand it, and I'm not going to take it personally. MUFC Realist, I hope you're good, mate. He says, Lenny Yoro will sign, no problem. I hope so, mate. I really, really do. I really, really hope Lenny Yoro signs. I think it would be a quality deal for Manchester United. It would be a massive statement of intent. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that one. Everyone who's just joined the video, if you could do me a small favour and smash a like. We've got over 900 people watching live now, which is absolutely amazing. Let's try and hit our 800 likes target. That would be very much appreciated. And we're now only 2 subscribers away from 27,300. So if you are watching for the first time, please do subscribe. Get involved here on Daily Red Devil. Right, let's move on to Willy Kambwala. I can see loads of people talking about him in the chat. So the news this morning, which is, I'll be honest, has caught me by surprise, is that apparently Willy Kambwala has rejected a contract offer at Manchester United. His current deal ends in 2025. Apparently, Manchester United have received offers from MLS clubs, French clubs, Bundesliga clubs, and La Liga clubs. I'll be honest with you, I will be really, really sad if Willy Kambwala goes, to be honest. I think he has all of the potential to become, at the very, very least, a squad player. At the least. I don't want to say he's going to start every game, he's world class, because I think it's too early in his kind of development to say that. I think that would be a bit naive, wouldn't it? But I would be really disappointed if Willy Kambwala went. I think, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm actually quite sad about this, to read that he doesn't want to sign a new contract. But let's look at this level-headedly. You know I always do level-headed on this channel. I don't do reactionary or toxic stuff. If you're Willy Kambwala, right, you're sat at home on Twitter and you see that Manchester United are making bids for De Ligt, Lenny Yoro, and Branthwaite, and the narrative is that Manchester United will sign 3 centre-backs this summer, no wonder he doesn't want to sign a new contract. Why would he? If we sign 3 centre-backs this summer, as well as Martinez and Johnny Evans, and Luke Shaw comes back as a left-sided centre-back, that'll be 6 centre-backs. And I've not even included Maguire or Lindelof there. Like, that's assuming Maguire and Lindelof go. If we sign the 3 centre-backs that we're apparently going to sign, then Willy Kambwala would probably be 7th choice centre-back. And that's if Maguire and Lindelof go. If Maguire and Lindelof stay, he would genuinely be like 9th or 10th choice centre-back. So I do kind of understand it. He's probably looking at the situation thinking, I only got game time last year because of the worst injury record throughout our team. You know, we had an injury crisis last season, didn't we? There was points where we had Casemiro and Johnny Evans as our 2 starting centre-backs for long parts of the season. So that was really the only reason that Willy Kambwala got game time. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating, and I would really, really like to see Willy Kambwala stay, but I think he probably will leave at this point. There are some concerns about his injury record. I know people have said to me before that he does seem to be at youth level anyway. He seemed to have quite a bad injury record. Obviously, he's come through the youth academy, so if we were to sell him, it would be 100% profit. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Willy Kambwala will stay at Manchester United? Somebody says that Willy Kambwala should go out on loan. Yeah, I mean, that would be the most logical option, wouldn't it? Send Willy Kambwala out on loan for a season and then see how he gets on. But as I just said, I think if you're Willy Kambwala and you're looking at this situation and you're seeing that Manchester United want to sign 3 centre-backs, and that's been reported widely, that we want to sign 3 centre-backs this summer. De Ligt, Lenny Yoro, and Branthwaite. We want to sign all 3 of those players, which is mad, but apparently that's what we want to do. We want to really strengthen that centre-back position. So I don't really blame him. I just think it would be a little bit sad if he left the club, because I think, that Liverpool game at home, I think he was really good. There was a couple of other matches where he performed. He was really good. He's only 19, and we do need to be careful of not just constantly buying players, Like Willy Kambwala has come through the youth academy. Maybe he should have an opportunity to be part of that team. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. It's not the end of the world if he decides to go. I get it. I understand. I would understand the decision, but it did catch me by surprise a little bit today. I thought he would want to stay at Manchester United, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let's have a look at what Alex is saying. We've got a super chat coming in from Alex. Thank you for your support, mate. Alex says, if Willy Kambwala goes, big fee, sell-on clause and buyback clause. The thing is, right, mate, you are 100% correct. If this was a Man City youth player, they would get 20, 30 million for Willy Kambwala. Without a shadow of a doubt. Like, we've seen players in the Premier League who I've never even heard of being sold for 20, 30 million in this window. Aston Villa did it. Everton did it. I think Chelsea sold a couple. Man City have done it in the past. They sold a goalkeeper to Burnley who'd never even played Premier League football for, I think, 30 million. Was it James Trafford? But Manchester United, it will probably be Willy Kambwala leaves for £500,000. And I don't really understand why, because he definitely has the potential to be, good enough to start for a League side or go and play in La Liga as a starting centre-back. Definitely, I think. Yeah, so it is frustrating. And I hope what you're saying happens. But my gut feeling is we'll probably see in a week's time that Man United have sold Willy Kambwala for a really small amount of money. And that needs to change. That's something that Dan Ashworth and Ineos need to look at and sort out, because there is absolutely no excuses with Willy Kambwala, right? Most of the time, the problem is because of the wages. So with Donny van der Beek, as an example, Donny van der Beek was earning 120 grand a week, which is ridiculous. He hasn't played a good game of football for probably 4 years since he joined from Ajax. He flopped at Everton, he flopped at Frankfurt, and he barely played for Man United. And he's picking up 120k a week. So no reason Girona are like, we're not going to pay much of a transfer fee, because they know that Donny van der Beek is going to want big wages. And he hasn't done anything in recent years to prove those big wages. You look at Girona's wage bill, right? I've got it open here. Girona's highest earning player at the moment is a guy called David Lopez, and he is earning 60,000 a week. So Girona's highest earning player at the moment earns half of what Donny van der Beek earns. That's mad, isn't it? So I understand why we've had to sell him for such a small amount of money, because he's going to break their wage bill. But in the instance of Willy Kambwala, I've got his wages up here. Willy Kambwala only earns 7.5 a week, £7,500, which is, how much a youth player would earn. It's not very much at all. So I don't think there's any excuses. If they can sell him and get big money, then great. But I just have this ongoing underlying fear that we'll get Willy Kambwala is leaving for a really small amount of money. But thank you for your super chat anyway, Alex. It's a good point. Like, Willy Kambwala should be getting Manchester United a decent amount of money, because he is a good player. He's only 19. He has all of the attributes to go on and become, a decent centre-back for even for a mid-table Premier League side, I think. I think he could start for an Everton. He could start for a like a Fulham or someone like that, genuinely. So, yeah, hopefully we get this. Well, hopefully he stays, but if he does go, hopefully we get a decent amount of money for him. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. Do you think Willy Kambwala will end up signing a new contract, or do you think he will leave the club? Let me know. Don says, I would go for Willy Kambwala over Branthwaite. Wow, let's do a poll. Why not? So the results of the last poll, 83% of people watching today's video would prefer to sign Lenny Yoro over Jarrad Branthwaite. So thank you for getting involved in that one. And Don has asked a question, so we're going to get that in the poll. Who would you rather at United? Let's do Kambwala. Branthwaite. So get involved in that poll if you haven't already. We've got over 1,000 people watching live now, which is amazing. If you haven't liked the video, please go and do that really, really quickly. I've set a likes target of 800 for today's video. We're about halfway there. If everybody who's watching live now hits the like button, we will achieve that target. And we are now only one subscriber away from 27,300. So if this is your first time watching, please do subscribe. I'm live every single day at 8:30, 1:30 and 6 p.m. UK time. It's completely free content, doesn't cost any money. Make sure to get involved. Okay, let's move on from Willy Kambwala and let's talk about Mason Greenwood, because I'm going to be honest with you, it's not looking good for Mason Greenwood. Obviously, we brought you the news yesterday that Manchester United had agreed a deal with Marseille for around £23 million for Mason Greenwood. There was a 50% sell-on clause. The response from the fan base was mixed. Some of you were happy, some of you were not happy. I mean, that was always to be expected. Everyone has an opinion on Mason Greenwood. It's a controversial topic, whether you like it or not. But the story this morning, I mean, this broke last night. I don't want to read too much of it because it's not particularly nice reading for 8 in the morning. But the general consensus is Marseille as a town or as a city, forget about football, Marseille as a city are not happy about the news that Mason Greenwood is apparently going to join Marseille. And it's even gone as far as the mayor of Marseille has come out publicly speaking against the deal. He's absolutely furious. I'm going to read, I don't want to read all of it because, as I said, it's not particularly nice, but I'm going to read it. So this is the mayor of Marseille, nothing to do with the football club, the mayor of Marseille, the city. And he has said that Greenwood's behaviour is unspeakable, unacceptable. Hitting his wife, I saw images that deeply shocked me. Attacking his wife in this way is unworthy of a man, and I believe he does not have a place in Marseille. He says the values of Marseille and the values of Olympique de Marseille are anything from that. It's anything but racism, anti-Semitism. He says, can you imagine violence against a woman? Do you realise that? And he wants to play for Marseille. Greenwood, it's a disgrace. He says, I will ask the president of Olympique Marseille not to sign Mason Greenwood. I don't want my club to be covered in the shame of someone who hits his wife. I don't want my club to be covered in the ashes of someone who hits his wife like that. It's not acceptable. And he goes on and on and on and on and on. That's just, I'm not even touching the sides there. But the general consensus is they're not happy about it. They're not happy about it at all. Now, some people are saying that they think the mayor has just had to say that. I don't know. I don't know where this story is going to go, but the general consensus now is that Mason Greenwood to Marseille is looking unlikely because of this, because of the public outrage. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. Like, when this story broke last night, I thought it was fake, to be honest. I was reading it like, has this guy really said this? Whether it's right or wrong, we're not going to go into that. I'm done with that conversation. But, like, I don't know. I just can't get my head around that. Like, that's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy, especially when you hear what he's saying. Like, some of the words he says, I don't want my club to be covered in the ashes of someone who hits his wife. Like, crazy, crazy stuff. But let's move away from that, because I think it is a very, very sensitive and disturbing topic, regardless of what your thoughts are on it. It doesn't look like Mason Greenwood to Marseille will now happen. I mean, if you're Mason Greenwood, right, and you're sat at home in Manchester and you see this story come out from the mayor of Marseille effectively saying you're not welcome here, would you then go and join that club? I mean, I wouldn't if I was him. I would stay way away from Marseille. So as a result of this, it now looks like Lazio have re-entered the market to sign Mason Greenwood. This is coming out from Damasio. It says that Lazio are now hoping to sign Mason Greenwood, despite Marseille having already agreed a fee with Manchester United. It says that Greenwood has not yet agreed to join Marseille. It says July the 10th will be a very important day for the situation. So, I mean, this is just my opinion here, but I would say that Mason Greenwood to Marseille is probably off. Like, why on earth would he join Marseille now? You know? And as I said, right, the section I just read out to you was just a small section of it. The guy goes on and on and on and on. He doesn't know when to stop this mayor. It's like literally like a whole essay about why he doesn't want Mason Greenwood to come to Marseille. Saying that he's going to speak with the president of Marseille directly and all of this stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what will happen with this one. My gut's telling me that he'll probably go to Lazio now because, as I said a couple of minutes ago, regardless of what you think of the situation, whether you want him to come back, whether you think what's been said is right or wrong, if you're Mason Greenwood, why on earth would you sign a contract with Marseille now. You know? Like, why would you do that? It makes zero sense. So that's the latest on Mason Greenwood. It does look like the deal is off. The mood is not good. People are unhappy. I don't know what the fan base I don't know how the fan base of Marseille are reacting to it. I'll try and do a bit of digging after the show ends on how Marseille fans are reacting to this story. And it would be really cool, actually, if I could get a Marseille fan on the channel. So I'm going to try and look into that and speak to somebody about that. But as it stands, I think Mason Greenwood to Marseille is off, to be honest. But we'll wait and see what happens. As DiMarzio says, Lazio have apparently come back in to Manchester United. Obviously, they'll be willing to pay to match the bid that Marseille have offered. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like an episode of like Emmerdale or EastEnders, if any of you know what that is. You know, it's like a soap. My computer's just crashed. But yeah, let's see what people are saying in the comments section. Get your comments in, everybody, if you haven't already. Rev says, I think the Greenwood deal will collapse. Yes, I agree with you, mate. I very much agree. What else have we got? Okay, let's move on to Jarrad Branthwaite then, shall we? I don't want to spend too much time speaking about Mason Greenwood because I think you're just going round in circles with that. But let's talk about Jarrad Branthwaite. So the news this morning is that apparently Manchester United are set to submit a third bid for Jarrad Branthwaite. It will be their best and final offer. Apparently, it will be in excess of £50 million, which is crazy. I'm sorry. Jarrad Branthwaite is not worth £50 million. We've already offered £50 million and they want more than £50 million. Everton are still asking for £70 million for Jarrad Branthwaite. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry. There is no way on earth Jarrad Branthwaite is worth anywhere near £70 million. But effectively, Everton don't want to sell. So they can really just ask for whatever they want, can't they? You know? I think my computer's about to blow up. Give me a second, everyone. I think we're back. We're good. Yeah, but let me know in the comment section, what is the absolute maximum for Manchester United to pay for Jarrad Branthwaite? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I personally think, 40, 50 million should have been the absolute tops. If they go above that, I think it's very, very questionable. And the narrative has been for the last 2-3 months that Manchester United aren't going to be messed around in the transfer window anymore. And I'm sorry, but we offer 35 million, it's rejected. We offer 45 million, it's rejected. And now we're going to put in a third huge bid. Like, what are we playing at? I think it's a bad deal, to be honest, at this point. Humphrey says, why are we still increasing our bid for Branthwaite? That's what I'm saying, mate. I don't understand. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. People in the chat saying he's worth about 35 million. Yeah, I would agree. If he wasn't English, he would be a £20 million player, probably, And obviously, because of the homegrown quota rule and all the rest of it, it's just inflated his price massively, which is stupid, but it is what it is. And that's just the way that football works now. There's nothing we can do about that. But yeah, let me know in the comment section, what's the absolute max fee you'd pay for Jarrad Branthwaite? Alex says, is your computer angry that the Donny van der Beek fee? Yeah, I don't understand. Like, my computer doesn't seem very happy this morning. I don't know what I've done to offend it, but it is what it is. Okay, let's move on to Manuel Ugarte then, shall we? Because my computer is about to die. So, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what I've done to upset it, but it is not happy with me. So, Manuel Ugarte, this is coming out from various sources this morning, that apparently Manchester United are now advancing in a deal to sign Manuel Ugarte. Apparently, they've held fresh talks with PSG in the last couple of days, and a deal is now expected to be agreed. Really, really happy about this. I think Manuel Ugarte is exactly the kind of profile we need at Manchester United. He's available for £40 million plus £10 million in add-ons, which I've got no issues with whatsoever. Obviously, we've got to wait until the Copa America finishes. I don't know, did Uruguay get through? Let me just check. I'm having to use my phone now because my computer literally just won't let me do anything on it. Luckily, the video is still live, but so yeah, they're still in the Copa America, Uruguay. So yeah, it looks like Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United will go ahead. It's just a matter of when, not if. He wants to come to Manchester United. He's agreed personal terms. He says that he wants to come. He wants to leave PSG. PSG want to sell. Win-win. Everybody's a winner. We get the player we want. PSG managed to sell someone. People have been asking me, do I think that Marcus Rashford will be involved in this deal? Honestly, no. I think Rashford is probably going to stay at United this season. Things can change in a heartbeat, but as it stands, there is a very limited market for Marcus Rashford to leave Manchester United. There isn't many clubs interested in him. He's on high wages. Man United want a massive amount of money in transfer fees. So I think the likelihood of Marcus Rashford now leaving is probably quite slim. Unless, of course, PSG decide they want to sign him, then maybe we can involve him in the Ugarte deal. That's, a strong option. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that one. I think at the moment, the ones to watch are obviously De Ligt, Ugarte, Xerxes, Branthwaite, and Lenny Yoro. Those are kind of the 5 players that I imagine Manchester United will sign or attempt to sign. It might end up being that we only get 2 centre-backs, but obviously we'll keep you updated as and when we get more news. But I'm going to wrap the video up here now. My computer is very, very angry with me. The video's still live, but it's not letting me click the screen anywhere. So I don't know what I've done to upset it, but it is very upset. I'll be back at 1:30 today for a lunchtime video. So make sure you're all here to join me at 1:30 UK time. Also, we'll have the 6 o'clock show as well. An hour-long show, half an hour to an hour-long show. Please make sure you smash a like on the video before you leave, everybody. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. If we hit 28k subscribers today, I will gift some membership, so make sure you go and subscribe. This has been Daily Red Devil. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go and try and fix my computer. Speak to you all at 1:30 UK time. Bye for now. I am going, everybody. My computer is completely, it's not letting me click the screen anywhere. Come on. I can't even end the video. Oh no, can I? I can't even end the video. The video has ended. It's physically not letting me end it. So I'm just going to have to turn it off.